Hello everyone, Dr. Beth here with another episode of The More You Know Floor Mobility. So this week we're going to talk about life alert systems. So there's so many different call and life alert systems out there that you can choose from. We do recommend something that is wearable. Some people will say, but Beth, I've got my cell phone with me. But what happens if you fall and that cell phone slides across the floor? You should have a wearable device. So there are options of wearing a pendant or a necklace. There are options of wearing a bracelet around the wrist. And even if you want a more modern option, a lot of our folks actually wear their Apple Watches. The Apple Watches can now detect a fall and also activate EMS if you don't respond timely, because it might indicate that you've fallen with an injury. So we do recommend wearable devices, especially if you live alone or if you are home alone for long periods of time. So even if you live with a spouse or one of your children, but you're home the majority of the day by yourself, if you have a history of falls, you should have a wearable device, something that you can activate, because even if you do have a fall, we want to make sure that somebody gets to you as quickly as possible so that you don't cross over that 1 hour mark and start to develop all of the complications of the long lie. Okay, so that's the first recommendation. The interesting thing that I learned when looking into this is EMS, about 50% of their calls are for lifting someone up off of the floor. It's actually called a lift assist. So a lift assist is when the EMS, so when the paramedics have to come out to your home just to help you up off of the floor. You're not receiving any medical treatment, nor do you need to go to the hospital for any medical treatment because there's no big injuries. So 50% of their day is spent just coming to pick people up off of the floor. And this creates a huge problem for a couple of reasons. One, the more times you fall and the more time you spend on the floor, the more likely you are to end up in the hospital. Two, when the EMS is out helping pick up people from the floor, their time is occupied doing that and they're less readily available to respond to other types of emergencies. I would suggest that instead of trying to use EMS, that you actually try to solve the problem at hand. So the first problem is the poor balance and the multiple falls. There's therapy and there are exercises you can do for that. The second problem is you don't have the strength, the confidence, or the ability to get up off of the floor. And again, that's something that we can work on with the right kind of exercise, with therapy sessions, and we can really make a positive impact. One example that I like to share is one of our recent graduates, David. He initially took 20 minutes to be able to get up and down from the floor. So it was a huge chore. It exhausted him. It took all of his energy. But after several weeks of practicing with our therapy team, he was able to improve from 20 minutes to 45 seconds to be able to get up and down from the floor with the assistance of a chair. So it is absolutely something that you can improve, but it takes the right kind of exercise. So hopefully you guys learned something new, and if we can help out in any way, please reach out to us at HouseFit. Thanks so much.